Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you.
Children across our region and the entire PNC Bank footprint have been growing up greater for the past 13 years, in part through the bank's investment in early childhood education. The program launched in 2004 is called Grow Up Great. PNC invested $350 million over the first 10 years. Now it's broadening the effort to encourage individual donors to help out as well. Sally McCrady chairs PNC's foundation and heads community affairs as well. And welcome. Good to have you here.
Thanks, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so Grow Up Great's been around. I guess it's really become part of PNC at this point.
It has. As you mentioned, we launched the program in 2004, and it's really become part of our brand and who we are as a corporate citizen.
So you're bankers. That means you know what an ROI looks like. You must feel like this program and this type of philanthropy is really delivering, not just for the bank, but for your communities.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, before we launched Grow Up Great, we did a lot of research, and actually the first thing we did was ask our employees where they would like to see us focus, and they said children and education. And from there we did a lot of research, because those are some pretty broad subject areas. But the more we learned about early childhood education, and just to your point, the return on investment there is, the more we became convinced this was a perfect place for us to focus our philanthropy.
And how do you define that? How do you track that? How do you know you're making a difference making this kind of an investment?
Sure. So we look at everything that we do. We have 4 components to our program. We're not just grants. We have a huge volunteerism program. We've had more than 52,000 employees volunteer over some course, in some way, over the course of the program. We know from our grants we've seen great gains as we survey teachers in terms of their lesson plans and how they're approaching topics like science and math in the classroom. Really seeing some really great gains in the way they're teaching in the classroom.
It's exciting to see. And now it's not really a change in direction. It's more of an expansion into a new area that's really targeting teachers. I didn't realize so many teachers have to dig into their own pocket to come up with classroom materials, but that's a real issue.
It's a huge issue. We actually had National Head Start Association do a survey of Head Start teachers around the country before we launched this initiative, and they found that 88% of teachers were spending up to $500 a year of their own money to buy resources to supplement things that they wanted to do in their classroom.
Wow.
And if you think about it, typically Head Start teachers and pre-K teachers aren't particularly well compensated, so that's a lot of money to spend out of your own pocket to help your students.
So you found a good partner to help to begin to address this. It's a nonprofit I hadn't heard of before called what, Donors Choice?
It's DonorsChoose.org.
Donors Choose, DonorsChoose.org. What are they exactly?
So they're almost like a crowdfunding website, and the way it works is that teachers can go to the Donors Choose website. They pick a project for something they'd like to do in their classroom, list all the resources, describe what the project is. Donors Choose vets every request, would source the materials if the project's ultimately funded. And so then what happens is, once those project requests are vetted by DonorsChoose.org, they go up on the website, and citizen donors like you and me can go out, type in our zip code, something that we're interested in funding, and be matched up with projects that fit our interests.
That's really like a Kickstarter for the classroom.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah,
right,
say
right.
I got a business idea, now you have a great idea to improve education. So how's PNC really given this a kick? Yeah.
So we gave them a kick through that we announced in April, a $5 million initiative with DonorsChoose.org. And on April 4th, the way we kickstarted it, no pun intended, we flash funded every pre-K project in the 22 states where we operate. So that was 849 projects.
Wow.
So on that morning, any pre-K teacher in our footprint that had a project woke up to an email that said, your project's been fully funded by PNC Grow Up Great. And what we were really excited about was also on April 4th, DonorsChoose.org expanded their platform to reach Head Start teachers as well. So now Head Start teachers can go out and post projects for their classrooms.
Well, it's great. It's great to have PNC on the case, but I think you're also hoping other folks and more individuals will get involved in supporting this kind of classroom work as well, right?
Right. So the second piece of our funding was after we did the flash funding, we also have a match offer. So now if you were to go out today and pick a pre-K project that you were interested in donating some money to, we would match your donation dollar for dollar to that project. We have a threshold and it won't last forever, but right now it's still out there, and we're thrilled about that for teachers that are trying to get their classrooms ready for back to school.
So that's great. And the way it works, at DonorsChoose.org, you go online, you find the teacher, the project you really like, and then you can make a donation, and PNC will match it dollar for dollar.
Absolutely.
Very cool. So that's great. And this is just one of the things you're continuing to do as part of Grow Up Great?
Sure. This is just in a way to further enhance our program, but we remain committed to early childhood education through our grants and volunteerism and awareness efforts. So it's still a very big part of our philanthropy.
Wow. Well, really exciting. Great to hear. DonorsChoose.org. All right.
Check it out.
Sally McCrady from PNC's Foundation. Thank you so much. Really
Thanks for having
appreciate
me.
Yeah. And we'll be back in a minute with a little dollars and cents. Stay with us.